In the vibrant heart of Nairobi, there lived a woman named Amani, beautiful, bold, and filled with dreams as wide as the African sky. Her passport told stories, from sunsets in Santorini to night walks in Tokyo, from the art alleys of Paris to the serenity of Bali's shores.
Wow!
But one chapter always seemed unwritten. Love. The kind that stays until the flight to Italy. Amani boarded the plane with little expectation, just her camera, her leather-bound journal, and a heart that quietly whispered, maybe this time. As she settled into her seat, the man beside her sat down. Tall, composed, mysterious. He wore a black tailored suit with tie, elegance in simplicity. He has a youthful sharpness. Jet black hair, combed neatly back. Eyes, deep, dark brown, still and unreadable. His skin was like smooth ivory, almost luminous under the cabin lights. His height, at least 6 feet, gave him presence without arrogance. In his hand, he held a small, weathered leather notebook. And when Amani offered a soft smile, "Hi, I'm Amani," he glanced sideways and replied, "Hiroshi." His voice was low, velvety, like thunder rolling far off at sea. He said little, but he noticed everything. Amani turned toward the window, a little stung by his coolness. But Hiroshi kept glancing. Something about her, maybe the way she tucked her curls behind her ear, or the way her smile came softly, without need for attention. It wasn't loud, it wasn't forced, it was honest. By the time the plane touched down, they had exchanged fragments, coffee preferences, a shared love for jazz, and laughter over how airplane food never tastes right. In Venice, fate played its hand again. Amani and Hiroshi found themselves in the same walking tour group, wandering through canal streets and mossy bridges, sharing gelato on stone steps. Amani was sunshine, laughing at pigeons, marveling at the artistry in old windows. Hiroshi was rain, quiet, steady, always watching. She danced in puddles. He gave her his coat without a word. She took pictures of crumbling doorways. He carried her bag when her shoulders tired. He never boasted. She never demanded. And slowly, something grew. Each day, she saw a softness in his silence. And he saw a lightness in her soul that made the world feel less heavy. But neither spoke of feelings. Amani was brave, but her heart had known too much disappointment. And Hiroshi, though touched by her presence, had long built walls around his emotions. Weeks later, they met again. This time in his home city, Kyoto. They walked through Maruyama Park at dusk, beneath an ocean of glowing lanterns. Cherry blossoms floated down from the branches above, soft as sighs. The air was still, sacred. Amani paused beneath a weeping sakura tree, her heart thudding in her chest. She turned to Hiroshi, looked into those deep brown eyes and whispered, "I love you." He froze, and for a long moment, she feared she had broken something fragile. But then, he stepped closer, brushed a blossom from her hair, and whispered, his voice barely above a breath, "I've been wanting to say that too." And slowly, carefully, he leaned in, eyes searching hers for permission, for safety, for home. Their lips met, a soft kiss, tender, unrushed. No fireworks, just the quiet unraveling of two hearts finally set free. And in that moment, the cherry blossoms began to fall. A gentle storm of petals swirled around them, as if the trees themselves were blessing their union. It wasn't just a kiss, it was a beginning. From that day forward, they traveled not as strangers, but as soulmates. Every airport farewell became a reunion. Every silent morning became shared laughter over warm coffee. They didn't need to shout their love. It was in the way they walked, in the way they waited, in the way their hands always found each other in a crowd. Sometimes love doesn't arrive in a blaze of passion. Sometimes it comes softly, like cherry blossoms in the breeze. And when it does, you just know. If this story touched your heart, made you smile, or reminded you that love blooms even in silence, like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more heartwarming love stories from around the world. Drop it in the comments. Thank you for supporting this channel. I love you all deeply.